Hello everyone. This AV will give you a brief about Skylift Consulting. It is a partnership firm established in India in 2016, engaging in business management consulting for performance enhancement of apparel industries, aiming at efficiency improvement and cost reduction. We expertise in woven garment industries, knitwear industries, and made-ups. Coming to services, we have complete garment factory program and module-based program for garment industries. We offer complete garment factory program for existing factories and new factories, under which our scope of intervention would be from fabric, cutting, sewing, production planning, quality control, quality audit, industrial engineering, maintenance, finishing and packing to dispatch. For module-based, we have middle management training that includes industrial engineering training, supervisory training, and quality controllers training. Few of our unique training programs under middle management are training of trainers for operators, non-operators and checkers, cost per minute implementation, and establishment of performance monitoring system. We are currently working with 25 clients serving more than 40 brands located around 8 countries. Also, our mentionable collaborations are with International Trade Center and USA. Now let's look into the results we have achieved. Skylift Consulting has successfully created 415 trainers, 18,776 workers, 168 supervisors, 220 industrial engineers, and 87 quality controllers. Our success percentage for improvement of existing factories over 25 clients is 92, and for new and module-based over 42 programs is 100. Apart from management consulting, Skylift, along with Honeywell Creations, have stepped foot into a brand new venture, Skylift, that is training digitization, where you can access all our training materials, learn at ease at your location through our online website, which is cost effective. Our training materials include cost per minute, quality management system, training of trainers for operators and non-operators, industrial engineering training, supervisory training, quality controllers training, and top senior management training for factory management. To know more details about us, our services, training materials, recent happenings, expert team, our clients, and client testimonials, check out our website at www.skylift.co.in. To collaborate and make a new change, do contact us and we will be happy to serve you. Thank you. Hello everyone. This AV will give you a brief about Skylift Consulting. It is a partnership firm established in India in 2016, engaging in business management consulting for performance enhancement of apparel industries, aiming at efficiency improvement and cost reduction. We expertise in woven garment industries, knitwear industries, and made-ups. Coming to services, we have complete garment factory program and module-based program for garment industries. We offer complete garment factory program for existing factories and new factories, under which our scope of intervention would be from fabric, cutting, sewing, production planning, quality control, quality audit, industrial engineering, maintenance, finishing and packing to dispatch. For module-based, we have middle management training that includes industrial engineering training, supervisory training, and quality controllers training. Few of our unique training programs under middle management are training of trainers for operators, non-operators and checkers, cost per minute implementation, and establishment of performance monitoring system. We are currently working with 25 clients serving more than 40 brands located around 8 countries. Also, our mentionable collaborations are with International Trade Center and USA. Now let's look into the results we have achieved. Skylift Consulting has successfully created 415 trainers, 18,776 workers, 168 supervisors, 220 industrial engineers, and 87 quality controllers. Our success percentage for improvement of existing factories over 25 clients is 92, and for new and module-based over 42 programs is 100. Apart from management consulting, Skylift, along with Honeywell Creations, have stepped foot into a brand new venture, eSkylift, that is training digitization, where you can access all our training materials, learn at ease at your location through our online website, which is cost effective. Our training materials include cost per minute, quality management system, training of trainers for operators and non-operators, industrial engineering training, supervisory training, quality controllers training, and top senior management training for factory management. To know more details about us, our services, training materials, recent happenings, expert team, our clients, and client testimonials, check out our website at www.skylift.co.in. To collaborate and make a new change, do contact us and we will be happy to serve you. Thank you. Hello everyone. This AV will give you a brief about Skylift Consulting. It is a partnership firm established in India in 2016, engaging in business management consulting for performance enhancement of apparel industries, aiming at efficiency improvement and cost reduction. We expertise in woven garment industries, knitwear industries, and made-ups. Coming to services, we have complete garment factory program and module-based program for garment industries. We offer complete garment factory program for existing factories and new factories, under which our scope of intervention would be from fabric, cutting, sewing, production planning, quality control, quality audit, industrial engineering, maintenance, finishing and packing to dispatch. For module-based, we have middle management training that includes industrial engineering training, supervisory training, and quality controllers training. Few of our unique training programs under middle management are training of trainers for operators, non-operators and checkers, cost per minute implementation, and establishment of performance monitoring system. We are currently working with 25 clients serving more than 40 brands located around 8 countries. Also, our mentionable collaborations are with International Trade Center and USA. Now let's look into the results we have achieved. Skylift Consulting has successfully created 415 trainers, 18,776 workers, 168 supervisors, 220 industrial engineers, and 87 quality controllers. Our success percentage for improvement of existing factories over 25 clients is 92, and for new and module-based over 42 programs is 100. Apart from management consulting, Skylift, along with Honeywell Creations, have stepped foot into a brand new venture, eSkylift, that is training digitization, where you can access all our training materials, learn at ease at your location through our online website, which is cost effective. Our training materials include cost per minute, quality management system, training of trainers for operators and non-operators, industrial engineering training, supervisory training, quality controllers training, and top senior management training for factory management. To know more details about us, our services, training materials, recent happenings, expert team, our clients, and client testimonials, check out our website at www.skylift.co.in. To collaborate and make a new change, do contact us and we will be happy to serve you. Thank you. Hello everyone. This AV will give you a brief about Skylift Consulting. It is a partnership firm established in India in 2016, engaging in business management consulting for performance enhancement of apparel industries, aiming at efficiency improvement and cost reduction. We expertise in woven garment industries, knitwear industries, and made-ups. Coming to services, we have complete garment factory program and module-based program for garment industries. We offer complete garment factory program for existing factories and new factories, under which our scope of intervention would be from fabric, cutting, sewing, production planning, quality control, quality audit, industrial engineering, maintenance, finishing and packing to dispatch. For module based, we have middle management training that includes industrial engineering training, supervisory training, and quality controllers training. Few of our unique training programs under middle management are training of trainers for operators, non-operators and checkers, cost per minute implementation, and establishment of performance monitoring system. We are currently working with 25 clients serving more than 40 brands located around 8 countries. Also, our mentionable collaborations are with International Trade Center and USA. Now let's look into the results we have achieved. Skylift Consulting has successfully created 415 trainers, 18,776 workers, 168 supervisors, 220 industrial engineers, and 87 quality controllers. Our success percentage for improvement of existing factories over 25 clients is 92, and for new and module-based over 42 programs is 100. Apart from management consulting, Skylift, along with Honeywell Creations, have stepped foot into a brand new venture, eSkylift, that is training digitization.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the training session. It's again a pleasure meeting everyone through webinar. So morning we had a discussion on industrial engineering, and then we'll be having a discussion now also in quite interesting topic. So let us get into the presentation. Before that, as I informed you, let us utilize this particular time is in very efficiently to ensure like everybody is being positive, and when the things are better after COVID-19 pandemic, we should be moving quite far. Then we should go fast also in achieving our goals. So with that intention, yes, we'll start the presentation. So I'll be sharing the presentation with you. Great. So I want to start the session with a quote from Nelson Mandela. The greatest glory in living lies not in never failing, but in rising every time we fail. Of course, failure is a part of success. So anytime, whenever we are failing, we should come back with more energy to ensure like we are achieving our goals, or we are moving quite ahead than before. Great. So a few details about this session. As I told you, this particular session is about production. They are the real runners in the factory floor. They are the people who gets everything converted into value-added products. So in that connect, like I would like to speak on the production management topic. With regards to this particular session, we have almost 193 registrations from 7 different countries. In the morning session, there was a query from participants saying that can we do it in local language? So I told, I'm sorry, it's not possible because the participants are from different countries, almost 7 countries. And then another point is, as I told you, in this particular session also, the various category of the people are participating, right from factory management, apparel professionals, and of course, professors of apparel colleges along with students. One point that should be noted here is as different category participants are being allowed in this particular session, I'll try to manage with whatever I'm talking is understandable for the students also, along with the professional also. Please excuse if somebody is not understanding, for example, especially the students. Yes, another point, as I told, as the registration is quite high, if people cannot log in more than 100 in this particular Zoom session, so if people cannot able to log in into the video, please visit our YouTube Skylift page where you can watch our live streaming. Okay, so to the session, few notes before getting into the topic. First of all, post your any query in the chat box. As I told, we will be talking around the 3 topics in this session. After every topic, I will answer 2 or 3 queries based on the time availability. But I request you to post your query in writing in the bottom of your screen. You'll be seeing a query box. Then if time permits, I will allow the participants also to ask question, but completely based on the time. So you can raise your hand icon if you would like to speak. But looking into the time, I'll let you know. And finally, once the session is over, then there will be a feedback survey. I request you to give a feedback so that we know how much we delivered. And if we need to improve our performance, definitely we need your help in that. Thank you. With that note, yes, I'm getting into the session. This particular presentation has been designed by Mr. Vetrivel. He's our associate consultant, and it is delivered by me. My name is Nanda Kumar. I am a managing partner of Skylift Consulting. In these sessions, we'll be discussing 3 topics. The first one is enabling real-time monitoring system. Monitoring systems are there across all the factory, but the point is how efficient the monitoring system is always a question. So how to make it enable, how to make it functional, we will be discussing on that. And we will be discussing the ways to achieve 100% planned target. Every factory works on a schedule. So if we are not meeting the schedule, then definitely we can't satisfy our customers. So reaching 100% target is quite essential. So we will be giving some ideas on that. And finally, performance-based incentive system. Many factories are looking to implement this system because they know when we incentivize the performance, definitely the performance would improve. But how to do it, how it is adaptable for a set of factories, is always a question. So we will discuss and then we will explain you one particular system, entire system, how it functions. Great. So we'll start with what are all the ways to achieve 100% planned target. First of all, why is it needed? Why we need to achieve the target? As I told you, first is on-time delivery. We have to work on certain commitment or target, then only we can meet the commitment which is given by the customer or buyer. And of course, second, to achieve higher efficiency. I have noticed in many factories, if you give some target to them, they start to perform because they know somebody is monitoring you. So the target is important, which will definitely help in achieving higher efficiencies. And finally, to produce the goods in better costing. So these are all the reasons why we need to have 100 target. And then what are all the ways to achieve? There are different ways through you can achieve 100% planned target. First one is ensuring all resources are available before production. That we discussed while setting up while doing the line setting in the last session, industrial engineering session, but it's quite related to that, but we have to ensure all the resources are available before you are initiating the production. And the next point is realistic target. When I'm talking about the realistic target, what happens is most of the clients are thinking like they would like to, they are giving target on their experience and they are pushing the team to get it. But the point is whether the target is realistic, whether is it really motivating the people to work towards. So that is a big question. So in this connect, we have to ensure like we are giving realistic target to the team, so that we will discuss quite detailed in the future slides. And the next one is style grouping during execution. That is also needed, because whenever you have around 10 to 15 styles in your factory, but when you are defining the styles, when you're planning styles for a particular line, you have to do in such a way that the similar skill style should be grouped at one, so that your efficiency loss would be less, and then you can able to reach the target what you have planned. Then efficient monitoring system, which is very essential, which we are going to discuss in, it is another topic which we'll be discussing. And of course, floaters for filling skill gap, especially absenteeism. So that also has been discussed in the previous session. And two more important points. One is clearing of revoke or rejection periodically. That is highly recommended. The reason is if you keep your revoke and rejection, all this end as a dead stop. And finally, when you want to clear or close the order, then you'll be missing a lot of pieces. So please ensure you're clearing all the revoke and rejection pieces periodically. I can recommend once in half a day, or revoke once in an hour. And the final point is ensuring non-productive time is under control. Non-productive time may be machinery's availability or time lost due to the machinery issues, feeding issues, quality issues. So all these things should be arrested so that the non-productive time will be less. So if you have less NPT, then you can achieve better target. Great. So in this connect, I would like to give you focus on the realistic target, how to set a realistic target. I feel that is the first way, that is the first step you can focus towards achieving 100% target. I would like to explain you how the target can be fixed. So I will take you to an Excel sheet where I would explain how the target is being frozen for a factory. Okay, so what I'm showing here is we have developed this particular tool for one factory. Okay, just a second here. Okay, hope you are looking into the screen. Okay, so each product, whenever you are producing the product, the efficiency completely varies based on the product type, that is standard time of the product, or complexity in the styles, and third, the order quantity. In simple words, if the order quantity is less, you cannot expect higher efficiency. Same way, if the standard time of the product is higher, the assembly is quite higher, so 25 or 30, then you can reach maximum 60, for example. But if you are manufacturing a product with 2 or 3 standard time, you can reach even 80 or 90. So all these contributes to the efficiency. So here you can see how you can fix a target for the style you are having in your factory. In the horizontal, you can see the order quantity is being given. So you can see the list of the group of order quantities, like one group with less than 100, 100 to 250 pieces, 250 to 500. Like that, you have till about 20,000. And here vertically, you can see this is a standard time, 2 to 3, 3 to 5, or we have listed till 35 to 40 standard time. And there is one more column called complexity. This is very important. The reason is few products, the standard time would be higher. But if you look into the operations, all the operations would be very, very simple. If you take home textiles, you can see for all the bedsheets, everything, the standard time would be more than 10 or 15, but the operation is quite easy to perform. So depends on the complexity or critical operation. We classified that as simple, medium, and complex. Here you can see any simple style that can be considered like 20%, less than 20% skilled operation can be considered as a simple style. If this high skilled operation ranges from 20 to 34, it can be considered as medium. And finally, above 35%, it can be considered as complex. Okay, so this is how we grouped it. Now let me tell you How can we fix the target? For example, let us take my factory is running is going to run an order quantity between 10,000 to 15,000 pieces. For example, 12,000 order quantity with the standard time between 5 and 7 and medium complexity. Efficiency level of 63%. Hope you got it. So you can plan for your factory. For example, few factories are doing only low quantity orders, like it ranges from 1,000 to 1,500 pieces. But if you look into the standard time, it should be between 13 to 16. In this case, the efficiency, planned efficiency, target efficiency can be 42. So this is how you can fix a target for your factory. But please note, this particular template is meant for one factory. It should be completely different from factory to factory. To be frank, I have given like a 22 to 25 SAM. If the order quantity is above 20,000, it's only 62. But it would be completely wrong if a factory is manufacturing only shirts. I have seen factory who are doing only shirts or trousers all the day. They are reaching 80. Okay, again, what I'm saying is it will be completely different from factory to factory, but you can develop your own efficiency graph by sitting with your factory team. So the factory team can comprise of management, general manager, IE manager, production manager, and quality manager. All the people can sit together and you can fix your graph. So based on that, you can give the target also. So this is a one way you can achieve the realistic target. Great. So I hope it gave some clarity to you. And then in the meantime, I would like to explain you another part which is quite important in setting a target, which is learning curve. People have definitely could have heard about the learning curve. The reason is the important point of learning curve is whenever the management is implementing a new style or putting a new style into the factory, what happens is all the time they are expecting the efficiency to be higher at day one, or they are unaware. Sometimes they are underproductive. Okay, it's a new style, so let them get only 30 or 35. It's quite fine. So all these things should not be based on experience, and again, you can make it quantifiable. So here I'm just giving example of how the learning curve should be there for two styles. One is for the new style which is coming, which is completely new to the factory, and for the repeat style. For example, you are getting some order, but if you look into the style variation, it is very, very minimal. In that case, what can be the learning curve? We can discuss. Okay, let me directly take you to the presentation now. Okay, here we have given a learning curve of new styles. For example, when you are running a new style, then this is a suggested learning curve. For the basic garment, from day one, you can see three colors are here, 3 lines. The blue line is basic, the red line is semi-fashion, and the green is fashion. So it has been classified based on the standard time. So for the basic, the day one, the line can reach 45%, and slowly it is increasing, and then it is reaching around 70, 71, I can say from day 12 or 13. Whereas if you take semi-fashion, where the 26th day. And if it's a completely new fashion style like jacket, knit jacket or blazer, in this case, the day one efficiency expectation would be 25%, and it is maximum reaching 65 as it's a completely new style with a lot of workmanship. So this is very important. The reason is unless you don't fix the target properly, then you will be pushing the people they feel demotivated because they know they can't get it. So they feel demotivated, they won't work towards achieving the target. That happens in many factories. I have seen a factory, all the time their performance against target never goes beyond 60%. My point is, if the gap is around 40%, the target itself is wrong. So please ensure that if you're fixing wrong target, it will definitely demotivate the work environment. Next, again, I would like to explain the learning curve for repeat styles. Which the one which we discussed is for new style, the another one is for repeat style. Hope you understand the difference. For repeat style, for the basics, the minimum efficiency would be 55%, and it has been reached day 20 itself, they can reach 80. If it's a semi-fashion, it can start from 45. If it's fashion, it can start from 35. So this is a learning curve which we have developed for a factory in India, in South India. I would like to present you one case study of what do you say, kind of improvement we have done, especially focusing only on the planning, that is performance against target. The factory was performing, that is a kids wear factory, and then with around 250 machines, they were doing semi-fashion garments, the client profile. And then the performance against target was only 67%. Whatever the target has been set, they achieved only 67 initially. But we improved the performance against target to 95%, so which will directly impact the on-time shipment. The on-time shipment was 80%, and of course they reached 90% as their planning is better. The target fixing is, and then their target fixing is better, and they are achieving the target also. And finally, the factory efficiency. It's not saying that I'm asking you to reduce the target. You can see there is an improvement in the factory efficiency also. We have done a lot of steps. That is a different issue, but still you can see the factory efficiency also has been improved from 45% to 53%. So these are all the suggestions I'm giving you to plan the target in more professional way so that your team can achieve it. I would like to see if anybody is having a query. Let me look into that. Okay, so there is a query. It was they were asking like how can I set a target for a low quantity orders again? So that's what I'm saying. Whether it's a low quantity or higher quantity, you can use this particular what do you say? You can use the particular tool to develop it. Okay, so that is a crucial point. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether it's a low quality or low quantity or higher quantity. There are few people have raised their hand, and I would like to Mr. Mathu Vikas. He asked. He was raising the hand, and then I'm allowing him to talk. Mr. Madhu, if you have a doubt, you can raise a question. I'm happy to answer. Okay, sorry. I think he's.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Madhu, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear Nanda?
Yes, Mr. Madhu, please go ahead. Yeah.
Like resources allocation, which you told, what percentage of resources allocation on the order volume should be there?
Okay. What percentage of allocation on the order volume? Okay, that's a good question.
My question, like suppose you have order volume of 10,000 pieces.
Okay.
So your resources should be what percentage available so that you can take up the line.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. Madhu. I'll just explain the question. So whenever you are doing the planning, we recommend the factory to have a fixed day of WIP. So Mr. Madhu was asking like how much quantity I need, but I'm just replying in a different way. You should have a fixed amount of WIP that should be maintained in the flow. Okay, my suggestion is if it's a swing floor, we can have minimum 4 to 5 days WIP. If you have a strong supermarket, you can even work with the WIP of half a day or 1 day also. But please ensure you are maintaining and you are having enough resource in your factory. That resource, defining the resource in terms of number of days, it depends on the factory kind of product they are producing and in terms of the lead time of the product also. Okay, but we prefer the factory to have a feeding WIP of minimum 3 to 6 days based on the product they are doing. Yes, there are 2 more questions. One is from Pramod, how to fix the per day target, any formula? Yes, there are formula, Mr. Pramod, that can be discussed in another session. Thank you. And is your SMB mentioned on the line only or cut to pack? The question was asked by Ms. Philomena. Thanks for your question, madam. And then yes, whatever the indication we have done, that particular standard time is only done for sewing. Capacity planning, the efficiency curve, it will completely vary for cutting and for finishing packing also. So we need to have a separate learning curve when it comes to cutting, sewing, and finishing packing. What here we mentioned is only for that particular sewing standard time. Hope I answered the question. Thank you for the question. I would like to move to the next topic. That would be, I hope that would be more interesting for everyone. Performance-based incentive system. I expect a lot of questions from this particular session. First of all, whenever you would like to give incentive, whether is it individual or group, let us understand the benefits in both. What would be the benefit in individually and in terms of group? When it is individual incentive, it is based on individual target, that particular worker's target. So the worker's motivation level will be very higher, because if I produce more piece, I'll be getting more money, to be frank. But the problem is the monitoring and the evaluation it may go wrong also. Fine, and then one more thing, it won't enable any teamwork. Everybody would work on their own wish, so it won't create any kind of teamwork among the, for example, if there are 20 people in a line, it is not going to create any kind of team spirit. But what happens is they would produce more and more piece, and then there will be huge amount of WIP in few or certain workstation. And finally, you can't able to see the result visually. You, in the sense what I'm talking, the middle, senior and the top management cannot feel the result. Okay, people would be getting incentive, but from management side would be thinking, what we are getting, we are not getting anything, but people are getting incentive. These kind of thoughts would happen. Okay, let us understand group incentive. Yes, as I told, it's based on the group target, and it creates motivation. It generates only moderate motivation among workers. The reason being, one person would be suggesting like, I am working quite hard, but the another person is not cooperating. So it creates a kind of little bit demotivation. So I can rate only the motivation level as moderate, but it is quite easy to monitor and evaluate. It definitely promotes teamwork, because everyone has to work. If somebody is not working, all the people around that particular team would be pushing the person to work towards getting the incentive. And finally, results can be visually seen. So my suggestion is group incentive is better. We recommended one incentive scheme for a factory. Of course, in India, that particular factory is a kidswear factory. I would like to give highlights of that particular proposed incentive system and how it works. First of all, the incentive system, what we are proposing, it's not for any individual or for any particular group. This particular incentive system is for the entire people around the factory. It includes factory manager, it includes HR manager, it includes sweepers, it includes security. All the people would be involved in this incentive system. Second is, it's completely works based on the efficiency and CPM. So based on the efficiency and cost per minute only, the incentive would be distributed to the employees. Another point, it's a weekly incentive. Normally what happens is the day incentive we don't prefer. The reason is one day the motivation would be there, and then the second day if one particular operator is not available, then what happens is people would lose the spirit, the team, then they won't be pushing towards it. So we recommend to have only weekly incentive. All 6 days they have to perform, or as a cumulative, then only they are available for the incentive system. Then incentive will be paid based on the efforts put by the team. There is a small error here, but it will be put by the team. For example, to reach 50 to 60% efficiency, my suggestion is we can give the efforts of the lower management is quite higher. But if you look, the efficiency is moving from 65 to 80 or 85. Definitely, I am saying that like the efforts of the middle and senior management would be more, so we have to reward them in much better way. We will discuss about that incentive system in a graph, and then it is applicable for large and low orders, but with similar product. If your factory is running completely different product, then definitely this is not advisable incentive system. We have to do a lot of changes in this. Okay, so let me directly take you to that particular Excel sheet, and then I'll explain how it can be worked out for your factory. Yes, okay, so there is a graph. incentive system. Okay. I'll try to explain. There are too much of data in this particular file, but I hope I would do my best in this. Please note again, I'm sharing only the part of the incentive system. It's not entire thing. First of all, I would like to clarify that. The style name is backroutes, and then the standard time of the product is 3.57. As per the OB, we are making 20 workers to sit. This includes helpers, checkers. Please understand. You can see the standard time also 5.71. That includes the checking. Okay. Then I'm getting a cost of that line for entire wages of the line. That includes bonus, everything, only for the workers. I'm talking only of the workers. So how much is the cost I'm getting from the HR department? That is 9,375. So what I'm going to do is, as I know the total cost of the line, and another one is checking cost also. I knew it. Checking cost, I'm finalizing it based on the CPM. My standard time is 3.57 and I'm adding 1.6 as the CPM cost. So in this way, I'm finding out 1,641 would be the break-even piece. I mean, you have to reach 1,641 pieces in the line, then only the cost is meeting the break-even. So the efficiency is around 61%. So the break-even efficiency is 61. So what I'm going to do is, as break-even is only 61, I'm setting the incentive to start from 65. The reason is you would be having initial losses. 4 to 5 days, your efficiency would be low, then only it would be ramped up. So I'm setting 65% would be the start of the incentive. Okay, let us go here directly. In this particular column, you can see the expected efficiency is being given from 55. It has been given till 90 for the factory. So against each percentage, what would be the pieces to be produced also have been given. As I told, 61% is the break even. So 1,640 pieces have to be taken. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, as I'm going to start the incentive from 65%, from 66. So the operator will be producing 1,775 pieces. So they would be saving around 5%. In that 5%, the employer wish to share around 67.5% of the extra money generated to the employees. You can see out of 5%, 1.61% would be taken by the employer and 3.3 would be shared by to the employees. Okay. If I convert that into week in terms of how much revenue, extra revenue that can be generated, that could be generated, 5,309 is the money generated on that particular line by reaching 66%. That is the employer share. The employee share is 11,026 rupees. Hope it is clear. So this employee share will be given to the entire factory, that includes operators and staff. Okay, let me just complete that entire row and then I'll explain what are all the few more points. So out of this entire money which the employer would like to share, out of 11,000, 72% will be shared with the workers and 28% will be shared with the staff. Okay, out of 11,000, if it's 72%, around 7,500 rupee would be shared with the staff, and 28%, for example, 3,087 would be shared with the employees. Hope you got it. Okay, so the operator contribution would be quite higher. You can see it's higher for operator and lower for the staff. Okay, let me come later how you can segregate for the staff. But one thing which I would like to highlight here, as I told you, whenever you are improving the efficiency, for example, from 65 to 85, what happens is the incentive percentage or proportion which we are giving to the staff will be higher. See, it is increasing from 28% and it goes till 40%. Moreover, for the operator, it would be a bit reduced. The reason is their intervention would be limited. So then it is the skill of the middle and senior management, they are playing a role. So it has been reduced from 72 to 60. But broadly, if you have a look, every week or every day is better for understanding. They would be getting around 66 Indian rupee if they reach 66% efficiency per day. In a week, they would be getting to 397. If they reach 90%, they will get around 322 Indian rupee, which equals to 2000 for a week. Okay, so you can again work out this how it fits for your factory. Break even is very important. But please note, if the break even efficiency is only 80 or 85%, then definitely it won't work out. Either you have to look into how to reduce the standard time by finding the best method. That is the only way out. Okay, now let me take directly to the staff category. As I told, staff can avail from 3,000 as a whole to the 25,000 rupee. So this should be again split into all the categories like supervisors, quality controllers, industrial engineers, mechanic, PM, quality manager. And then if the factory, all other categories also there, I'm just giving few categories. So out of the proportion which is available, the amount available with the staff, again, it is being split into a certain percentage. With the staff proportion, 21% will be given to supervisors, and then it will be given to QCs. Then you can see, industrial engineers also will be getting 21%. Mechanic will be getting only 4%. Let me tell you why. Because the mechanic is not going to monitor one line. The mechanic is going to look into 5 or 6 lines. So if all 6 lines are getting the incentive, then the mechanic will be getting more money. Then production manager and the quality manager also, the proportion has been given here. Please note, even 18%, only we have taken 82%, remaining 18% is available that can be given to all other staff inside the factory. So hope this particular system is quite acceptable and interesting to you. And I would like to okay, as I told, I have just listed few criteria, but when you want to implement it, you need to have a strong team. That is very important. And then there are a lot of practical difficulties would be there. So that can be explained in another session, to be frank. But to implement this particular system, you need to definitely have a strong industrial engineering team. It is must. If you don't have industrial engineering team, then trying this itself is a risk. Okay, thank you guys. I would like to get into any query if you have on this particular topic. Okay, there was a query, how to calculate the break-even efficiency. I think I explained you, but if you want, I can explain further. You can do it in 2 ways. Okay, first way is to ensure like you have you're measuring the cost per minute in your factory in a more professional way. If you're measuring that along with the cost per minute, you just add standard time, then you will get to know the per piece cost. Because in the CPM also, you can't take it completely. You'll be taking only the direct cost. That is, it should be around 60 to 70%. You'll be taking only that particular proportion. Then you'll be multiplying that with standard time to know the per piece cost. Then you know how much cost, total cost in your factory. You have to divide that to get the break-even pieces. Through that, you can calculate break-even efficiency. Okay. Sir, why do we give incentive to non-technical or non-related person like security, drivers, and others? Instead, we can give more to workers. Okay, there are a few more questions, but let me explain, Mr. Vairamuthu. See, Vairamuthu, as I told, it's a job, it's a teamwork. Okay, even the driver need to have a good spirit. If the person is transporting any materials, if the person is transporting any transporting the workers, he should be motivated enough also. So that's what MPT. If a particular bus or truck is getting delayed 5 minutes or 10 minutes, it is affecting the efficiency. So you have to create a kind of complete energy. Everybody contributes to the performance inside the factory. Okay, if you target only with workers, definitely it won't work out. You have to encourage everyone. Hope I answered. And then I answer only one more question. So what about the cutting and packing workers incentive system? Yes, definitely. What I am sharing is only for sewing line. If the line is having inline packing and the inline finishing and packing, then that people also should be included. You need to have the similar system for cutting and packing also. So everyone, that's what I'm saying, everyone should be incentivized based on the performance. All the direct workers should be measured on the efficiency. If they reach break even, they can be paid. All the people who are not being measured, like all the admin overheads, the incentive amount can be shared to them. Okay. Final question, is it SMV is for CMT only or whole factory? I'm not getting you a question, Mr. Sendil, but thank you anyhow for asking the question. I hope it gave clarity. Yes, then if hope it is a good understandable for you. So then what I'll do is I'll move to the next topic now, the final one, which is very important for the senior and the top management, especially. Then the others, enable real-time monitoring system. Let us understand what is the difference between regular monitoring and real-time monitoring. Okay, that's an important question. Excuse me. Every factory is doing monitoring. They are monitoring all their key performance indicators, but how efficient it is a big question. Okay, when they are monitoring is a big question. If you take almost 20-25 years back, in any government industry across the world, nobody was measuring efficiency. Nobody was measuring the costing or CPM or anything. Now they are measuring because the buyer is pushing you to give better price, so you are in a situation to perform in a better way. So what happens is there were no monitoring. After that, slowly every day the top management was reviewing the performance. Then what happens is then every hour they were reviewing the production performance. Now the people are reviewing once in half an hour. Okay. The reason is if you review more frequently for any deviation, you can arrest the potential problem which will be arising. So that is the only difference or key difference between the real-time monitoring and the kind of monitoring we have in other factories. Let me explain you what are all the benefits. If it would help the team, not only the top management, it would help the entire team to make quick decision making and then identification of the problem at the earliest. If you know some deviation is arising, then you can arrest at that moment itself, and you can predict if you leave it, how much efficiency it would get dropped or how much loss you will make. So you can predict everything through the real-time monitoring system. Yes, of course, it saves time, manpower, and cost. It improves process visibility and transparency, because when you're monitoring more frequently, whenever there is a need, please note, not when there is no need, you should not do it. When there is a need, if you're monitoring, you're getting better visibility of the entire process, and then it brings transparency. So through all these things, it gives better performance. Okay. So, but the next point is you have a lot of real-time monitoring softwares available. There are a lot of softwares available. I don't want to name anything, but why the softwares are not effective? Many top management across the world, they are saying that like they have invested this much of money, but the people are not using it. So this happens in most of the factory. So there are three key reasons which we feel that could impact. The first one is low understanding of usage from the factory team. The factory people not understanding the need or how to use that particular software. That would be the first problem. And then second one is inaccuracy in KPI and target establishment. See, whenever you are using real-time monitoring, please ensure whatever the goal you are setting, that should be perfect. If it is not perfect, people would lose interest and then they don't want to do it. And finally, escalating and reporting mechanism. Any software, if you open, it will give you a lot of report, but what report you need, whether you are getting that particular report or you're getting a kind of summary, that should be known. The proper escalation or reporting mechanism for the failure is not being defined. I'm not saying the software is wrong. We have to customize the software based on the expectation we have. Then only the real-time monitoring softwares will definitely work. Okay. I'll just give you how to make it effective. First of all, yes, give proper education to the team on their key performance indicators, on what basis they will be measured and how that particular software would work. And defining the frequency of monitoring for all key performance indicators that we would discuss in the frequent slides. Then setting up of process for monitoring and escalation, because all KPIs monitoring would be completely different. If you are monitoring the lead time, then lead time will talk about delays. But if you take if you take a production floor, you will be talking only about efficiencies and DHU. That is completely different. So you need to have a very clear-cut process for monitoring and escalation. Then display only the priorities. Whatever it is needed by the respective person, that should be displayed. And of course, they can use visual and audio signals. Let me take you what are the frequencies which we recommend you to monitor all the KPIs. Okay. Let me share the screen of another file. Okay. Okay, here we have given, like we have listed key performance indicators of all the departments, including marketing, sampling, right from merchandising till human resource. We have included all the key performance indicators. So against key performance indicators, what would be the frequency of monitoring also has been given, whether it is monthly, daily, or weekly. First, let me pick up monthly, and then I'll share only few details, few examples, then I will move to the next one. Marketing department has to be monitored on their capacity blocking on monthly basis. Plan versus actual style conversion, budget profit percentage, vendor evaluation, budget versus actual cost and the maintenance. All these KPIs can be monitored on monthly basis. And then if you take weekly, there are a list. You have to monitor the capacity blocking for that particular week for the production floor on a weekly basis, worker skill level percentage on a weekly basis, attrition percentage on a weekly basis, and grievance. So if you take hourly, let me take out weekly one. Yeah. Most of the production KPIs like efficiency, rework, rejection, NPT, performance against, all these things can be monitored on hourly basis. Okay. And certain things would be monitored only based on the style. You don't need to monitor on a time frequency. For example, style-based rejection, accountability, reconciliation. So these things can be monitored on a style-wise basis. So please ensure you are setting up a clear-cut frequency for all the key performance indicators in the factory so that you have a better picture. Okay, let me take you to the slide. Okay, so as I told, daily, weekly, monthly, style-wise, and finally, only if deviation. Only if deviation is required, especially for senior and top management. Senior or top management won't be interested if everything goes fine, because they definitely don't have time, and then they don't want to also to look into the reports. Whenever there is a deviation, that should be escalated. So you can set that frequency also. I'm just giving one example for escalation mechanism for TNA, that is a merchandising TNA. It may give you some idea how the monitoring should happen. For example, you are receiving the TNA, and then TNA is getting approved from the top management. Then the updation of merchandising TNA is happening. Whenever the updation is happening, there should be audit check whether it is being updated on a real-time basis or is it real. If any delay which is happening up to 3 days, that should be escalated to the concerned person only. If any particular order or particular activity in the order is getting delayed more than 3 days, for example, if it is going more than 3 days, it can be escalated to the next level person. Maybe GM or CEO or CFO, they can be escalated to them. And finally, even if that particular delay is not addressed, if it is going above 5 days, it can be escalated to the management. The reason why I'm pushing, when you are escalating something to the management should realize, yes, it has been escalated to the all level, but unfortunately, the problem could not be solved, so it came to me. So that kind of clarity is needed. So you need to have a very clear-cut escalation mechanism for all the KPIs. Okay, so fine. So let us move into the next one. Display is in priority. As I told, like if you can have a simple look, it is again a lead time delay. Whichever the delay is quite higher, that has been escalated in the priority. Whichever is less, it is in the less priority. So please note that all these process, system, procedures can be made on your own in your factory. Many people are there providing software, no doubt in that. But you should demand what is needed for you, and then you should explain them what is expected from them. So for that, you need to have a very clear-cut KPIs and their process, their escalation mechanisms. Okay, great. Hope it is clear for you. If it is clear, I would like to take few queries if anybody is having. Yes. Okay, Mr. Shanmugha Sundaram. Mr. Shanmugha Sundaram has asked, like, is there any limitation in real-time monitoring? Sir, I'm not sure what questions you are raising here, but however, like, okay, I presume and then I'll answer. There is no limitation. The point is like what is needed, that should be set. That's what I'm saying. There is no limitation. If you go to actual software, which is really available in the market, then they will deny to customize it. But if you're going for ERP, you can customize how much you want or how much depth you want to go. You can do it. So absolutely, I can say there is absolutely no limitation when it comes to real-time monitoring. But the point is, the real-time monitoring should enable the people to work rather than criticizing it. What happens is whenever there is a deviation, whenever there is a problem in the line, the senior management should address in such a way that they are giving feed forward, not feedback. Please say that. There is a big difference. Feed forward is something like whenever things are not going well, you can go to them, understand what is happening, then you answer, see, this is how this particular problem could be solved. This is a feed forward. Okay, so you have to give some feed forward, then only it will motivate your subordinates so that they can perform to the next level. If somebody is doing purposely, then I agree, like then I can say like definitely you have to give some hard hitting. So that's a different issue, but always try to give feed forward, develop that culture. So what happens is when you're giving feed forward, then the subordinates would get motivated and then they take decisions on their own. They won't depend on you. For all the small decisions, they will take on their own. So that is a crucial point. And finally, one question, Procon is good for RT real-time monitoring. What is your opinion? I'm sorry, Mr. Pramod, I'm not here to recommend or say yes or no to any software. So that's your wish. I'm sorry. I'm just explaining the benefits, how the real-time monitoring should be. So I'm sorry I could not answer your question. And finally, Mr. Vairamuthu, can you implement that any real-time monitoring system in sewing floor? Yes, Mr. Vairamuthu, it's quite a good question. I would share a case study also. That would be really impressive. A real-time monitoring, we have done this only in terms of Excel based. It was done almost 2 years back. I was just trying to get this data to share with you. This is a factory in southern India. You can see that a lot of intervention we did, to be frank, not only real-time monitoring, we did a lot of intervention in this factory, but I can say 60 to 65% our focus is only into real-time monitoring because the management of the factory is very, very supportive. Almost the factory efficiency has reached from 45 to 76% sewing efficiency. I'm just showing only the sewing. 45 to 76%. You can see the sewing production in pieces and then line profit, rework, rejection also. You can see the rework percentage, workmanship rework has been reduced from 10 to 2% here. And the rejection also has been drastically reduced to 6 to 0.5. But we were taking almost more than 12 to 15 months. But whenever you want to do the real-time monitoring, the commitment towards the senior and the top management is very, very crucial. What happens is like you are getting some deviation, you are getting some report from your factory. What you will do is like, okay, first day you will be having too much of interest, then you will go to the floor and then ask what happened, why this particular result has not achieved. You will give suggestions. That's quite good. But the problem is that should happen consistently from the senior and top. I can say only the senior and top management plays a major role. They should keep on push their team. They should keep on, the team should full, yes, we are being monitored by our seniors and they would be helping us to improve the performance. So in many factories, we have taken this real-time monitoring system, but it has been successful very successful in only a few factories. The reason is the commitment towards from the top management in implementing the RTM is quite high. So that is a crucial point. Okay, great. I hope I gave your hope I just gave a justified answer for you. And then if you have a few more queries and anything, like definitely you can write back to us. And then if possible, I can share through PPT or through email any kind of results, other results we achieved in this. Okay, so I'll just sum up what we have discussed so far. We discussed on enabling real-time monitoring system. Please note, I have seen literally in a factory, many management also told, I have seen the operator is only ironing 10 pieces. I didn't say anything. I gave them a notebook and asked them to record how much they are ironing every hour. From the next day, the person is saying that like from 10, it has been increased to 25. So monitoring on any KPI is must. If it is a real time, then it is fantastic. Then we discussed on the different ways to achieve planned target, 100% planned target. There are different ways available, but I gave more emphasis on how to fix the realistic target according to your factory. I hope that tip would help you to develop that on your own in your factory or operations. And finally, we discussed on performance-based incentive system. To be frank, it is must. The factory can even reach 85% if you have a very strong performance-based incentive system. You can see a great amount of energy if it has been implemented properly in a professional way in the factory. But you need to do a lot of preparation in ensuring that incentive system is not, to making the incentive system is not biased to anyone. That is a crucial. So thanks for your time, guys. If you have interested to learn in detail, because as far as now we discussed through webinar, so I'm having a limited time, I cannot answer most of your questions. So if you have more questions, then definitely you can subscribe our relearning subscription. So that it would be a detailed training where it will be a one-to-one discussion, and then we'll be answering the questions. We'll be giving more practical also. If you are interested, please contact our marketing head. His details are given here. Finally, we have online software also. You're free to visit our website and subscribe our material if you are interested. So hope I made some value addition in this time. And again, thanks for your time. And then we hope to see you in the next session. Thanks a lot.